Again, it's a great day to be here. Carlos here, the Amish Matchmaker, and super grateful to be alive this morning. It's a great day to be alive, and we help Amish singles find godly spouses and create epic marriages and develop legacy that is rooted in faith and freedom. Love what we do, blessed with what we do, and it is always a pleasure to come here and share with you. So, hope I find you well today. Hope you're having a great day and being blessed in the process of life today. And so, we're going live here on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and about to get my coffee on. I'm excited to share today. Relationships, man, love talk with the Amish Matchmaker, and how important, how to love yourself well, love others, and this is what will build your confidence in developing your skills in relationship. We're gonna get things going this morning. But I do want to grab my coffee. But Thursday. What's Thursday look like for you? We made it through. What do they call Wednesday? The hump day, middle of the week. Get over the hump of the week. It's all downhill from here. Oh, so good. Get a cup of coffee. So nice. Love our organic coffee. Has reishi mushroom in it. Helps alkalize the body. All right. It's another chilly day today. Wonder if this is streaming. It shows. If you're out there, give me a heads up. Give me a thumbs up. Tell me you're out there because it doesn't seem like it's streaming right now. Maybe it is, but usually when it's streaming, I always have people jumping on. So, there, finally some people showing up. There we go. I guess it is on. Good morning, Jesse. Thanks for showing up, buddy. It's a great day. I'm glad you're here, buddy. So good. So good to have support. Stand to sit up here. Right, there we go. Look at that. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. So this morning, as you have, one of the things I've noticed in life when you are working on your identity. Yesterday we talked about how important identity is for relationships. Your personal identity will make. Hey, what's up, sis? So good to see you. Good morning. Good morning, my sister Vanessa stopping by and saying hello. Love you, sister. Been a minute. We should connect sometime. That'd be awesome. But yeah, my talk this morning. Love talk with Amish Matchmaker. And anyone's welcome to listen in. Anyone's welcome to be here. Of course, always all are welcome. But specifically in the mornings, 5 a.m., since it's so early, right? That's really early in Arizona. She probably haven't gone to sleep yet. My sister, Vanessa. But at 5 a.m. here on the East Coast, we I have a talk with the men because I want to see men lead their families well, find love, keep it, and make it epic, man. Because you're worthy of having love, you're worthy of being loved. And so, as we get started this morning, reviewing kind of what talked about yesterday, one of the things that's important is to develop your identity in who you are becoming. Um, so you will love yourself. To love yourself is to actually like yourself first. And how do I like myself? Um, is to like your identity, like who you're becoming, and go after it. And it takes work, but it's so worth it. And so, like, the first step we've realized in our many years of doing this and helping others to do the same, helping others to succeed in their relationships. That's why we got the reputation. A lot of people are like, how did you get the reputation of Amish matchmaker? That's so interesting or so strange. What are Amish? Uh, yeah, you should look it up. They are fascinating culture. They have their own, of course, language. They speak a form of Dutch. They say that's really interesting. They are from descendants from Germany, and the Amish came from, excuse me, originally from Anabaptists, and then separated out into Amish and Mennonite, and it's really founded in a lot of religion and beliefs. However, it is a culture, and so we ended up working with and helping. Jesse Kaufman was one of the original. Originally in 2011, I discovered what an Amish person was, or the culture of the Amish, and yeah, that was fascinating to me because we were working with Danny Johnson. Have you ever heard of Danny Johnson? It's a female from, uh, and she is known, very well known. She was on Oprah, The View, best-selling author, speaker, trainer, on Success Magazine, all kinds of different. Um, yeah. Anyways, very very famous woman. Um, Chantel and I became good friends with her and her husband Hans Johnson, and began to our journey with them in 2011, going to an event. Well, that's where we discovered there used to be thousands of people that would come out to these events. We would have an event about once every month and a half or so. We'd do about, it'd be about 8 to 10 events per year. And so for about 10 years, probably, yeah, it was 10 years, we worked with Danny Johnson, and we helped um, to lead the community organically in the trenches with volunteering and volunteering and helping to lead the volunteer crew that was there, paid for every event, invested in ourselves. Chantel and I, as a couple, um, one of us was always at almost every event for 10 years. Pretty amazing. So it's like almost 80 events each. So between the two of us, over 150 events in 10 years. It was crazy. But we learned so much, grew so much, and met the Amish and became familiar with and started to be around the Amish culture. A lot of Amish and Mennonite would come out to those events. And yeah, it was pretty awesome to just discover it and learn about it, but didn't really know much about it still. Um, had some relationships that we started developing while we were there. But the main thing was when we started our working with singles, all of a sudden Jesse Kaufman showed up. He was introduced to our one of our first challenges to help people to get married. Um, what is now known as single to married group and challenges that Jesse Kaufman actually leads in 2020. He came to one of our first challenges during COVID, and it was awesome because again we had some singles that encouraged us to lead an event to help singles to get married. We're like, oh, okay, that's cool. Let's do it. Um, and so we did, and it was awesome to help singles, single to married, now as it's known, and again, Jesse was one of the. It was on our very first challenge, and we helped him to get engaged and married in less than 12 weeks. That's our challenge now, and that's what we did with him. It was crazy. Engaged is the main challenge that we do, or the main target that we do with singles. And he was the first one. And then from there, it snowballed. He joined us in our mission to help eliminate divorce, if you would, I guess, ultimately, and helps bring epic into a marriage. And so he now heads up the single to married with his wife, Irina Kaufman, and they have their own community. They are very passionate about working with singles, and it's powerful. Well, and I'm quite honored actually to be working with them. They've asked us to be a special guest speaker at their community this weekend, where we're going to give away the secret. You say the secret to what? The secret on how to get engaged in 12 weeks. It's or less. It's going to be awesome. We love talking about it. We love helping others to get there. We actually personally mentor people when we guarantee them and we mentor them to get there quickly. And matter of fact, engaged in less than 12 weeks. And it's a process. And so with that, that's how we got our reputation. Now about 80% of our clientele, it's kind of evened out. There's a few more English now, but about 80% of our clientele are of the Amish culture. It's amazing. And we love it. They're passionate, powerful people, and we're quite honored to be working with them. And so this morning, I want to talk about. We talked about then, as I share now the story, and some of you have heard that. So thanks for bearing with me if you've heard it before. But as we came together working with Jesse for the last 5 years, it has been a beautiful journey, and learning all about the Amish culture, and just learning about relationships in general, continually becoming more and more experts in this process of becoming epic, creating an epic life. What does that look like? And then what does it look like as you're creating an epic life? We believe then it will transform even all areas of your life. And epic takes, we have to have the ability, we have to have the work ethic to become epic. We do. And so with that work ethic, step one is working on my identity. And part of that identity is creating my MVP. And part of that identity is to be able to see myself in my best self. And what that looks like, I have to develop it. It doesn't just fall in my lap. It doesn't just happen. I've got to go after it. I've got to do it. And I've got to be willing to do the work and change my story first and foremost. And work through triggers and hurts and hangups and pains and things that I've experienced in my childhood, things that I've experienced even into my adult life, and help to change that story. But one of the things we do is to design and develop my MVP. What do I want? Who do I want to become through the process of developing your MVP, mission, vision, peculiar? If you didn't see it yesterday, go back and watch that recording from yesterday. Um, that live stream should be live on our YouTube channel. And also, I don't know how TikTok works with our lives, if they store it anywhere, but it's also live. You can see it on my Facebook page, Carlos Campos. And again, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook right now, either place, you can see that live from yesterday, 5 a.m. And I talk about the MVP. And then Chantel also shared about the MVP yesterday, because she and I always try to do love talk for couples and love talk together. I always ask her questions, and we'll be doing that again today, probably around 8 o'clock. So anyways, MVP. And then the next thing I want to talk about today is Epic 30. Epic 30 is a powerful process to practice. So what we've discovered in our journey, the thing that we have discovered and developed that will help to reprogram your brain quickly. The quickest and most efficient way to reprogram our brain, we have found, is through Epic 30. Now, when I say Epic 30, what I'm talking about is a process and a strategy and to develop your confidence, communication, and commitment. The three C's of love, three C's of intimacy, which is our focus. We're always looking for ways and strategies and things we can do to develop our confidence, communication, and commitment. And so, with this is the quickest, most efficient thing we have developed. And over the years, we have actually refined it to make it better, to make it shorter. It used to be epic 2 hours, honestly. Cheers if you got your coffee. Give me a thumbs up if you're drinking your coffee or drinking something to perk you up and wake you up. You got your caffeine for the day, or if you're just enjoying sipping on some water, whatever your drink, what's your drink of choice in the morning. But it used to be epic 2 hours. It did. And so what I'm about to show you will actually give you skills to connect with others, to connect with your spouse, well, if you are married, and to connect with your children if you are now developing a legacy or discipling and mentoring others. If you don't have children, sometimes that's what happens. We end up discipling or mentoring others, and if we didn't have any children. But I do want you to know, I believe in marriage 100%. And I believe in the progression of marriage, about who I am first, developing my best identity. And in the process, then, so MVP was yesterday, but literally you could decide what you want your MVP to be and then go work on Epic 30 the very next day. Today, you can start your Epic 30. And I'm going to go through step by step. I even have a Bible here, what Epic 30 looks like. Because again, I'm not about just telling you, I'm going to show you and give you an example of it. We often do this because we know it's best to lead by example, and I still do this. I've been doing this now for how long have I been doing Epic 30? Personally, I've been doing Epic 30 probably now for, it would have been a couple years before I even married and married Chantel. So about 17 years I've been doing Epic 30, and I will never stop because it's a process. It's kind of like eating food. Um, we eat daily. It's like a spiritual food, a relationship food, and it brings nourishment and strength to your relationship. Epic 30 does. So that's why we are huge believers of it. And again, it used to be Epic 2 hours, the process of connection, the process of loving well and developing your relationships. It again creates confidence, communication, and commitment. So we're constantly looking for better ways to develop that, and this is the one that we have developed and discovered that is the best, most efficient way to do it in the shortest amount of time. You remember hearing, if you've ever been around or heard, if you're old enough, or he's still alive, but I mean, some people, I don't know if you remember The Hour of Power by Tony Robbins. He used to talk about how important it is to spend that hour working on yourself and developing yourself. Well, that's where we shrunk it down and made it more efficient, more powerful, and called it Epic 30. Creating your epic identity, creating your epic relationships, creating your epic legacy, right? And marriage and all these things are all tied together. But it starts with me and my MVP. And then it starts with you as well in doing the Epic 30. Like when you start this, it's all about learning to do it yourself first and foremost, and connecting with a father. That's what I want to reiterate over and over and over. Like we need to transition. Your ability to transition from seeing God, and I'm not even concerned about what religion you are. There's a lot of religions probably on here that listen in and watch our videos and plug in and check in with what we do. And I want to encourage you, don't make it about the religion, make it about the relationship with Papa, with Abba, with Father. Um, and again, a lot of people in their religion, they're taught to address him as God, and and to fear God, and that he is an ever powerful and you know God, and he is. It's the God of Jacob and Isaac and Abraham, the God who created the heavens and the earth, the God of Genesis in the Bible, right? Including the Old and New Testament, as you would know it as. I like to refer to it as the Torah and the canon, right? And the Torah being in a scroll form. It's so amazing. I got lots of stories about that in my experience being around the Torah, and again walking and learning about messianic, not Masonic, messianic. Just get that right, messianic, which has to do with people who are. A lot of people are, oh, that's like Jews for Jesus. Okay, yeah. Well, people that are believers but yet practice some would call it traditions, practice the things of the Judaism as a culture, Judaism as even the way they do Shabbat, the way they celebrate the feasts, which would be Sukkot, Shavuot, and Passover, right? And recognizing the three major feasts through the years, and they have lots of other celebrations. And right now it's the time for Hanukkah, and yeah, I could talk about that too and what that's like in the Maccabees as they took back the temple and being aware of that and the celebration of that. And anyways, point being is that is what we have began to have a journey in, and we are believers. I believe that Jesus of Nazareth, we're talking about Jesus' Christmas season, right? That he is the Messiah and he is the way to restoration to the Father. He is our salvation and our freedom, and life, and our ability to reconnect with the Father is truly what Jesus said when he was here in his journey on the earth was, I am here so that you may know the Father. And then when the disciples asked Jesus, how should we pray? He says, our Father. He didn't say, dear God, God, we help. No, he says, our Father, which art in heaven, right? He called him Father. Super important. And again, maybe you've never seen that. That's okay. I want you, if you believe in the Bible, if you believe in God, I want to help you to see him as Father, Abba, and to know that Yeshua, as I say, Jesus in his Hebrew name, Yeshua HaMashiach, which would be Jesus the Messiah, came so that we might have life and life more abundantly, but also that we might have life and connection to a Father, to Papa. And I want to say that because that's part of the identity thing. You create your MVP, but then in Epic 30, we're going to help you to see and connect with Papa, Abba. And it is really exciting to introduce this part of what we do to you because, again, try it out. Even if you're like, I don't know that I believe in God, even if you are an atheist. I literally have had atheists, people that don't believe in God, try this process and it really blessed them and helped them to know and see that, oh my goodness, there is a God. Like it was powerful. One of the most powerful stories I ever had was literally an atheist who didn't believe in God. His wife did, and he was, you know, open to learn, right? He was teachable and coachable, and I had him do this process, Epic 30, and he messaged me and was very emotional and said, there is a God. Like, this is crazy. How does this work? I don't, and this must be, you know, some kind of magic trick or something. And as you get into this, you'll see. And I know that's a long introduction, long explanation to start it out, but I want to get into it officially and kind of give you step by step. But really, I do want to encourage you to stick around and get this information and do it. Take action on it because it will help you to become more confident in the person that you are. It will help you to develop your skills in communication, to be able to articulate well and speak well and declare well. And it will allow you, because you have confidence, because you're able to communicate, it will give you the courage to stay committed to yourself, to Abba, Papa, to your family, to your relationships, that whether it's if you're married or if you're single, then allow you then to find the one and connect and become so intimate and connected that you become one flesh and get married. And then you develop that into an epic legacy and have children or lead others to do the same. We love what we do, Chantel and I. So here it is, Epic 30. So doing Epic 30, it starts with you need a few things. You need a journal. Oh, it's in here. Good. Stand by. Need to get all my prompts ready. Right? Yes, I got it. Yes, yes. All right. My props, of course, I have it in my backpack. All right. So the props, what you're going to need is you're going to need, here's the things you're going to need. So go, if you want to pause this video, if you're watching the recording, go get you a journal, somewhere, a notepad, something. We have our journals. They're called Epic Your Life journals. And you can order these on Amazon. But these are awesome to have. And again, they've got lines in them and some cool things in them, creating what you want, because this is where you start to design it by your journaling. And if you will message me directly and ask for one, I'll send you one. I'll help you get one for sure. That'll be my gift to you to help you start your journey for an epic life and connection and most incredible life ever. So a journal, you're going to need a pen of some sort. I like these pens, different colors. Do you see them? Blue, green, red, black. I like having the 4 colors. That's a fun part too. And then a Bible or a phone if you're traveling, a smartphone that connects to the internet and able to look things up on the internet. Okay. So you need yourself to start out with. You need a journal, some sort of journal or a notebook. Like, yeah, I have another notebook here, right? I'm always carrying little notepads. So journal, notebook, pen. I prefer the pen with different colors, but you don't have to. Just get a pen of some sort or pencil if you want. And a Bible or a phone. Okay, I'm going to show you both ways. So as we start this, the first thing, by the way, it's very short and sweet. You're in the time you drink a cup of coffee, 30 minutes. You can complete your Epic 30. And so you start with a timer as well. We set a timer because, again, what we realize is that when you get into this, and you can do it longer if you want, but I'm telling you, the important thing is to get through all 3 steps. I'm going to show you 3 steps because you're going to release, receive, and give. So these 3 steps are very important to get through because you're getting your body, your mind, soul, and spirit into a flow state. So we have to first release some things that are holding us back. And that's where journaling comes in. So step 1 in the process, and by the way, it's to set the timer too, because again, I don't want you to not get through the whole process. And some of you may only have a few minutes to do this. We've even helped people to do Epic 30 in literally like 10 minutes. And again, it's crazy, but what's important is to get yourself in the flow, release, receive, give. There's many ways to release. This is a really efficient and quick way to do it. You can exercise for several minutes. You can go for a long walk. You can go and pray for several minutes. Again, it's releasing those things that are in you. But the one thing that is very efficient is there's something to be said about releasing and writing into a journal. You can go do your research, go check it out. But seriously, there is some science behind the fact that I have things that I'm holding on to. I can actually write them into a journal or a notepad. The transfers from my hand and a pen or pencil onto that paper, and I'm letting go of it. It's like a real thing of release that helps. But also, like I said, you can go out and pray. You can raise your hands and pray and release and talk to God. You can go out and Exercise vigorously. There's many ways to have a release. If you're married, we even can tell you, hey, through an orgasm with your spouse, you can have a release as well. That's real. I'm not sure. I know it's funny, or maybe that's like strange, but it's true. And there's many ways to, again, get in and but part of the release is to declare the things that maybe are holding you back. So the journaling part, set a timer. This is the quick version to get through it. 3 to 4 minutes. Set a timer for 3 to 4 minutes for step one. And in this step, you're just going to write vigorously. And what we love to do is, because we're helping you to see God as Father, as Papa, as Abba, we want you to write that. We want you to write, "Dear Papa," write in a letter to a father who cares and who will listen and wants you to cast all your burdens on him. So you're going to write a letter to him. So, "Dear Papa," as a matter of fact, I'll do it with you. Okay. See, I've got my journal now and I'm going to write it down to "Dear Papa." So I would set a timer on my phone, right? Every phone has a timer, set 3 minutes. And then for 3 minutes, I'm going to write, "Dear Papa." On mine, I actually will set the date, because today is December 12, 18, 25. Woo, close to Christmas. Merry Christmas. And the other thing, oh, it's on my phone. Shucks. I also put the Jewish calendar. I like to follow that as well. It's on my phone, though, that's right now live, so I can't look at it. But anyways, whatever it is, the date, I'll look at yes. Sorry, it's in my other journal. I have two journals, but we're going with it. My other journal is where I write my letters to pop in most of the time. This one just happened to be right here with me. Oh, there's my other journal. See, I know, so strange. It doesn't matter, Carlos. Just do it. I know it doesn't. Interrupting. Here's my other journal that I normally write my letters to Papa in, and so yeah, December 18th, 2025 is today. This is my journaling from yesterday. So today is the 28th of Kislev, 5786. Again, that's the Jewish calendar. I like writing that on my paper too. You don't have to. I'm just letting you know what I do. And then we're going to write, "Dear Papa." I like to date it so I can look back and go, okay, that's what I was doing on that day. And that's what I was working through. Because sometimes I do look back through my journal to see my journey. See, journal for journey. So now set a timer, 3 to 4 minutes, and we're going to fast forward. "Dear Papa," and I'm just going to kind of go through and tell you what I do when I'm writing my letter to Papa. I'll just ask for, give me wisdom in decisions I'm making. Help me to release frustrations and burdens that I'm carrying. Help me, Papa, to not be frustrated by certain situations I may have in my life. Help me, Papa, as I am facing this challenge today and this problem I'm facing. Give me wisdom, give me understanding how to develop my team, how to develop my life, how to develop my family. Please show me how to be a better leader for my community, be a better leader for those that follow and plug into our content, or follow and plug into us as people. And some of you may just be like, when I first started this process, I'm just gonna be real for a minute. I had a page full of anger, rage, and cussing and frustration. So you may be at that state in life where you just don't like people, don't like yourself, don't like anybody, and you just need to release all kinds of frustration and anger. By the way, we do encourage you to do this first thing in the morning, because you want to get into that flow state and release things so you can receive a better story first thing in the morning. So then you're writing and writing for 3 to 4 minutes. Again, you can do longer, but I'm just letting you know what's important is getting through the 3 steps. So if you're crunched for time, set a timer. And literally, you heard me. If you're saying 3 minutes for each step, that's like less than 10 minutes. Do you follow me? So I know it's called Epic 30, and it is designed for 30 minutes. However, you can do it in less than 10 in the fast version. the speed version. We've had some people get up in the morning and pray and release and just cast their cares verbally on Papa God. And that's what he tells us to do. Like I said, you can journal very quickly and set a timer, and you can do it while you first wake up and kind of sitting there and just start journaling. But again, it's a point of releasing. That's the purpose of it. And the benefits are very powerful when you write out and release through a journaling. Okay. Next, step 2. So that's step 1, to release. Okay. Step 2 now is going to be, so I wrote Papa a letter. Now, I'm showing you, I wrote Dear Papa. I didn't actually write anything yet because we're kind of going through this. But then I would write a letter back to myself. You're going to receive, we call it release, step 1. Receive is step 2. And in receiving, you're going to receive some wisdom, some encouragement, some love from Papa. Now, some people choose to not use the Bible. Okay. Again, I'm not here to force you to use what I know works for me, what I believe is the very best on the planet, is to do a random Bible search. I do. And you can do it with the physical Bible, or you can do it with digital Bible, the phone. Okay. We'll get to that in a minute. But first, what am I going to say on here? When I'm writing the letter back to me, this is where I think it's the most effective. Dear Carlos, my precious son, I want you to see this. Again, I'm doing this to kind of show you, right? This is kind of my template. Dear Carlos, my precious son. See, I'm writing a letter back to myself from a father. That would be a dear, kind, loving letter to encourage me. And then how do I get that letter? How do I get the contents of this letter? Well, that's where you do a random Bible search. And when I say random, I'm talking about here's the Bible, open it up, and obviously you can, if you know the Bible, you know the New Testament where the Old Testament is, right? You can know. But I'm just saying, like, pray. You can sit here and go, okay, Papa, give me a message. I just wrote you a letter. I asked you lots of questions. Now please guide me. And then you open it up. And wherever you open it up, then you start kind of looking through and reading. And the thing that jumps out to you, that's the physical Bible, random Bible search version. I'm telling you, before we had it on our phones, I did this for years, probably at least half the time I've been doing this. I've been doing this for, I just told you, about 17 years. Probably about half that time, 6 to 8 years, I was doing it with the physical Bible. And once in a while, I still do. Okay, I just opened it random right now. And then, like I said, you read through and find something, just kind of scan through and find one that jumps out at you. I see 22. I love the number 22. I've used dates to help me. Like I will add together the number of the dates for today and then go to that page in the Bible. I mean, there's so many different things I've done to make it random. And so in this particular case, I opened it in this King James version, and it happens to be Judges 21, verse 22. And it says, and it shall be when their fathers or their brethren come unto us to complain, that we will say unto them, be favorable unto them for our sakes, because we reserve not to each man his wife in the war, for ye did not give unto them as at this time, that ye should be guilty. All right. Lots of ye's, shalls, and thous. And by the way, some of you know that I enjoy verses. This is a King James translation. It's a very special Bible to me. This is my grandmother's Bible. She's passed away, and so I'm grateful to have it. And it even has in it, it was given to her, bought by my grandmother, but originally, she says, it has her writing in it. It's so precious to me. I love my grandmother, Phyllis Lawrence, who passed away, and this was a new one that she bought for herself in 2020, she said. So 5 years ago, she got this Bible for herself. And her old Bible, before this one even, had a bunch of markups in it, and she marked in her Bible. I actually have some of the different things she wrote and marked in her Bible. She read through different things, and it's pretty cool. Anyways, so I'm reading this now, and it shall be when their fathers or their brethren come unto us to complain, that we will say unto them, be favorable unto them for our sakes, because we reserve not to each man his wife in the war. So I'm just going to tell you, when I read through this right now, what jumped out to me, and what is, I feel the message is when their fathers or their brethren come unto us to complain. People come, fathers, brothers, people come to you and complain. Be favorable unto them for our sakes. That's right there. I'm just telling you, that's where I would stop and be like, okay, my message is from Father is, hey, when people come to you complain, validate them. You know, be favorable. I've been on this journey. That's what this super cool message for me personally is getting better at validating. To validate someone does not mean that you agree with them. It just means that you're helping them to release. We talk about release, receive, give. Like, this is powerful. When you validate someone, you help them to feel valid so they don't feel crazy with the things that they're feeling, their emotions and things they're going. So when people are complaining, it's typically because they are so frustrated with feelings and emotions that are holding them back, and they're, you know, so that would be my letter back from Father is, dear Carlos, my precious son, when people come complaining, validate them and love them well. Okay? Validate them and love them well. So I just wrote that here. Again, dear Carlos, my precious son. Oh, I forgot the verse now. And I just shut the Bible. I think it was Judges. Was it Judges 20? I usually write it down, the address. Judges 21, verse 22, I think. I think that's it. First Judges 21, verse 22, I believe. Sorry, you can watch this recording, go back if you need it. But the point is again, what I got from that random Bible search is that God reminded me, dear Carlos, my precious son, when people come complaining, validate them and love them well. Okay, so that's my verse with the manual one. Now I'm going to show you the digital way. Again, you literally have a timer going. So you have 3 to 4 minutes to do this. And it's not like it takes a long time. The Bible one, yeah, reading it and kind of understanding what it means to you and then writing it down, it 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 can take some time. I'm not saying it doesn't. But with the digital portion, what you're going to do is you're going to go to your search engine, right? Your search engine on your phone where you can look up different websites on your phone, and you're just going to type in random Bible verse, and bam, it's going to come up. Okay, and it's literally a website that says random Bible verse. Um, and so if you're on that, you literally would just click on it. And so what just came up when I did that in this process with you. So again, you just set a timer for 3 to 4 minutes. You literally go straight to random Bible search, you refresh that page, and this is what came up today is Proverbs 19:8. The one who gets wisdom loves life. The one who cherishes understanding will soon prosper. Come on. Woo! We're right here doing this. What a cool verse. And this is even a great thing for you to understand is I'm trying to give you some wisdom and some understanding of things that I've done in my life that have made it epic. And that's what we're here to do is help men to have an epic life. And so we're in step 2 of release or receiving, excuse me. So you're receiving some wisdom. The very best wisdom you can receive is from your father, from your Abba, your Papa, um, as in heaven, our Father in heaven. And the one who gets wisdom. So now I'm doing this. I'm going to write it here too as my. So then I would say I would put here. I like to put the address where it came from. Proverbs 19:18 or 19:8. Excuse me. Proverbs 19:8. And dearest son. I'm going to put dearest son now because again I'm writing a secondary letter here. Love, wisdom, and cherish understanding That's even a skill that we teach people in relationship, is when you have a challenge with your spouse, your children, anybody that you're building a relationship with, ask questions to pursue understanding. Do not accuse. And that's a principle, because guess what? The Bible says Satan is the accuser of the brethren. Do not accuse. Ask questions to gain understanding and clarity. Are you following me? That's a very powerful principle. So again, this is so awesome from Papa. Proverbs 19:8 says, the one who gets wisdom loves life. So love wisdom and cherish understanding, will soon prosper. When you love wisdom, you cherish understanding, you will prosper in your relationships. You will end up having better, deeper, more intimate relationships with others in general, with yourself, then with others, with Father, self, others. That's the process to get in the flow. So this is receiving some powerful wisdom, and wisdom, love wisdom, and cherish understanding, which will lead to prospering. Now, it doesn't say prospering financially, but it does affect your finances. It doesn't say prospering in relationship, but it does affect your relationships. It doesn't say prospering in your health, but it does affect your health and fitness, right? It does. Because when you're pursuing wisdom and understanding, wow, it's a powerful message. I love it. So again, my two messages, one I did digitally, back, my letter back from the Father, my letter back digitally from the Father, my letter back with the manual Bible, right? And again, this would be done under a timer. I didn't set a timer because I'm giving you examples, two different examples of how you can do it. First one was, we believe, First Judges 21, verse 22 says, Dear Carlos, my precious son, when people come complaining, validate them and love them well. And then Proverbs 19:8, which was my digital letter back from Papa. I have, dearest son, love wisdom and cherish understanding leads to prosperity. Yes and amen. So good. All right, some great wisdom. So now I received some great wisdom, some love, some confidence, some confirmation from Father, from Papa, from Abba, my Father in heaven. And now we transition into giving. Okay. So release so you can receive, and then now give. Okay. That's step 3, give. Now, how do we give? We do this process called GWs. Okay. It stands for, it's an acronym, GWs is to give gratitude and worthies. Notice I said release, receive, give. Now we're going to give. And this is a powerful part because I want you to give it as in declaring it out loud, audibly give it, say it, speak it, and I want you to give it to someone else. Now, it's not important the who, it's just to do. It's not important the who, it's just to do. Take action on this. Remember I said what's important is get through all 3 steps? It is. We've helped people to connect and have an amazing development of their relationships. We've helped people who've had severed marriages and were separated and going through the process of divorce have restoration and healing of their marriage through this step 3, because you're going to give. And what are you giving? Well, again, what I enjoy, that, by the way, it was written in red. Do you like that? Red lettering, like letter back from Papa. And now, since I have colors, I'm going to give life, right? You release. I call it right in black to release the muck and mire. Receive wisdom from the Father, written in red. If you know about the red letter Bible, that you would understand that. And then green is to give life, because you're green, you're growing, it represents life, plants. Make sense? So now I'm going to list out my GWs, and this is very powerful and specific. In order, we call it order of honor. So first you give gratitude, worthies, and to Father in heaven, Abba, our Father in heaven. So then you can write Father or Papa. I'm going to write Father. Today I usually write Papa. And then I'm going to write Carlos, me, second. Strange, right? Yes. Love your neighbor as yourself. So you got to love yourself first. Can't love your neighbor if you don't love yourself. So that verse is a good reminder of how important it is to love ourselves so we can love others well. That is not selfish or greedy. That's actually very beneficial to love yourself first. And remember, we're talking about how do I love myself to where I can feel more confident and courageous and not shrink back. This is it. This is part of it. So every day I'm doing this, I'm becoming more confident. Every day I'm practicing this. And so, Father, Carlos, and then other. And for my other today, it's going to be viewers. You viewing. Okay. So I literally will write that. Father, Carlos, viewers. Father, Carlos, viewers. And with that, I'm going to, again, set a timer. You're like, oh my gosh, that's a lot to do in a little bit of time. You're right. It seems that way. Once you get used to doing this, you can do it actually in like 5 minutes in the sense of if you're on the go and need some encouragement from Father, you can stop and pray, do a random Bible verse, and receive a letter back from the Father in minutes. Literally. Father, give me a word. Hit random Bible verse. Read it. Oh, thank you for that encouragement. Thank you for that answer to this thing I'm facing right now, this challenge. And he can revamp your mindset, get you back into the flow when you get stuck. I'm telling you, it's a good trick and a good hack for blessing, a good hack for greatness and have an epic life. We've got to have these strategies and skills. Okay, so now I've got the 3 written down. I've only got a couple minutes here in the sense when I'm doing it, 3 or 4 minutes. So what am I going to do? I'm going to write 3 things. Let's just do one right now. 2 things, 1 or 2 things that you're grateful for. Okay, G, I put a G, and that Papa's worthy of. Father, our Father in heaven. So what am I grateful for about Father? His wisdom. I'm grateful for his wisdom, even that, and his revelation, because he just, and confirmation. I mean, I can go on, but I am super grateful. I'm going to say those things right now. I said 3 things instead of just 2. Well, it happens. Wisdom, revelation, confirmation that he just gave me through these verses, which is awesome. This real live telling you this and doing it in person. And then what is Papa, what is Father, our Father in heaven worthy of? He's worthy of love, y'all. He's worthy of having deeper connections with his children. And he wants that. He's worthy of just quality time. Oh my goodness, good quality time and conversations. He desires time with you. He loves you. And he's a father that truly wants to spend time with you. And maybe you didn't have that example on earth. Maybe you don't even have zero relationship with your father on earth. This is a different kind of father. And this is where he proves it. He just did to me, showing me these cool random verses through a manual Bible and through a verse digital on the digital phone using randombible.org, I think it is. So he is worthy of love, deeper and quality connection. And so then I would do gratitude for Carlos. Just 2 or a couple things. I'm grateful for my compassion and my drive. And I am worthy of scaling and worthy of our message being known. Message of epic becoming known. Message becoming known, which ultimately is us becoming known. So I'm worthy of that. And then viewers, I am grateful for your support here today. I'm grateful for you, um, yeah, your subscription because we have a contest going, and even just your heart. He sees you, and I see you today. And then you are worthy of connections. You're worthy of restoration. You're worthy of meaningful, deeper, loving relationships, meaningful love and relationships. All right. Okay. So now I wrote them down. And again, I know it took longer than 3 to 4 minutes, but if you're doing it and you do it more often, you're going to get that, right? So now what I would do is I would declare it out loud and even text it or send a verbal text to someone or a video. Again, you decide. Some people that don't like to verbally process in the beginning will just send a text saying, here, I got this cool verse from Papa this morning, wanted to share what it meant to me. Right? That would be my letter back from Papa. I'm going to share what it meant to me, the verse. I'll say Proverbs 19:8, and I'll say, what it meant to me is that love and wisdom and cherished understanding will lead to prosperity. So I would share that, declare it out loud, but also I would text it and give it to someone else. First the verse, what it meant to me, and then here's the second part. I'm going to share my GWs. Now, when you're sharing it with someone else, you don't have to do God, self, and then others. You can just do others, okay? There's a shortcut. So share the verse and what it meant to you, and then GW for that person. Now, later on, you can, and if you're doing it together and you're in person, you're going to declare it out loud. And whether you're in person with others or not, I want you to declare this out loud. Very important. Why? It goes back to Genesis. The proof is in Genesis where God spoke. God said. He said it. And that said is literally to verbalize it, and there was nobody there listening. That's the cool part. It was an example to us that this is what we should do if we want to get results in our life. I know I'm out of time. Thanks for your patience. Is now I'm going to give you the example. So I would declare this first out loud, and then I would write it to someone else or give it to someone else. But if I'm with someone else in person, like your spouse or your children or a friend or someone, parents, I don't know, someone you live with, you would do this together, all doing this at the same time. And then you would take a minute to declare it. Literally, it doesn't take that long. And so you'd go around the group and everyone would declare if you're there together with someone else. We've done it with big groups of like 20, seriously. And so here we go. I'm going to declare what the verse was. Proverbs 19:8. My dearest son, love wisdom and cherish understanding will lead you to prosperity. I receive that. Amen. Thank you for that letter, Papa. And then now we're going to do GWs and declare it out loud. Father, Papa, I'm grateful for your wisdom, your revelation, and your confirmation. Papa, Abba, you are worthy of love, deeper love, quality time with your children, and connecting with them as a father. Now, then I'm going to do Carlos. Carlos, I am grateful for your compassion, your drive, and your love. And Carlos, you are worthy of scaling, and I am worthy of becoming known so that the message of Epic Your Life can get out there to touch and transform lives. And then I actually would say, because I just spoke that out loud to myself, notice I said Carlos and I said I am. Just take notice. And then I would say, thank you, I received that. Why? Because I spoke that about myself and I want to receive it. And I want to truly, genuinely receive it. Some people even say your heart, receive it and put your hand on your belly where the spirit lies. Thank you, I receive that. I just love pulling it down, feeling it. I do, I love that. Thank you, I received that. And then pausing for a minute, for a second, a few seconds. I know time, right? And then for the viewer today, normally, again, order of honor, it would be God, self, others. And then when you go to others, it would be your spouse, children, oldest to youngest, and then any friends or guests. Again, if you're in person with someone. In this particular case, I'm doing it to God, self, others, and others happens to be you, those of you watching and participating in this live with me. And my message to you is I am grateful for your support. I'm grateful that you are going to subscribe, hit the notification bell so that when we go live or we create some content or release things that you will be notified and can join us and continue to support. And I am grateful for your heart. I see you, that you genuinely want to love well and help others and connect with others. And I'm glad you're here to learn the skills to do that. And you are worthy. Every single one of you. Yes, you are worthy of connections, restoration, and having deeper, more meaningful relationships, loving relationships. Amen. God bless you. And then literally, if we're live in person doing this, we cheer. Yay! After we do the final, we cheer because after each person finishes their sharing of Epic 30. So I hope this is helpful, but you got to go do it for it to be helpful. Seriously, that's the biggest thing. I could tell you this and get excited for you and help you to say, yeah, he see that, oh, this makes a huge difference. But if you don't do it, it's the action that really makes a difference. So I'd love for you to really embrace this. Yesterday I talked about MVP. Today I talk about an activity. These are 3 core activities we're going through to finish this week out strong. That will definitely build confidence in who you are. But it's ongoing. I'm constantly developing my MVP. Even personally, I'm a catalyst for metamorphosis. I'm a master catalyst for metamorphosis. But I'm also constantly developing the how I do that. I'm here live with you now. I'm committed to you every morning at 5 a.m. every weekday morning to go live and to work on these things together. And so, yeah, that's part of the how right now. And so that's my mission, vision, and peculiar. Part of the vision is the how I'm doing these things and continuing to help people to have transformation. And so, again, this is the part of life that I think is very beneficial and is 3 core activities. So we did MVP, which is one of our core activities, and developing your best identity constantly, constantly, constantly. And it also is very powerful for planning. And then we talked about Epic 30 today and about a daily, week daily, 5 days a week I do this, 5 mornings a week I do this. And I did it with you as an example, but of how to release, to receive, and then give. I just finished the giving part to you. So hopefully it's helpful. I hope you'll utilize it. We also have a copy of this. It's a different kind of video. This is more of an updated one, explaining Epic 30 on our website, epicyourlife.com, epicyourlife.com. Also, we have a paid subscription base on our community on school, skool.com, epicyourlifeonschool.com. So you can go look it up there as well. School.com is the fastest educational platform on the planet, growing, and it's amazing. Epic Your Life is the fastest growing community for creating an epic life. So join us. It is geared and designed for couples. If you're single and you want to start designing your life, you want to get married, we encourage you to go to single to married on school.com. Single, the number 2, married. It is a powerful group of people, believers, working together. And this Sunday, Chantel and I will be sharing our secret to how to get engaged in 12 weeks or less. So will you join us? When you have an epic day today, start it with Epic 30. Go do it yourself. Try it out. And God bless you. Thanks for being here. I'm going to check these comments. I didn't get a chance to check any of them. I was just going. Thank you so much for wow, this is awesome. Thanks for, again, thanks for showing me or the support. Christ is King, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. All right, cool stuff. Our Amish Zionists. I don't know. I don't know that part of it. I'm a non-Zionist Christian. Okay. Not even sure what that means, but okay. Zionists are building the 3rd temple for the Antichrist. They're the synagogue of Satan. Okay, whatever. I hope for me it's just about developing your relationship with Papa. An old retired former preacher of the good news, oldest son pastors a large church. That's awesome. Ernest, preacher of the good news. God bless you. Thanks for being here. I don't know if he's still here. Ernest, try that out. Try the Epic 30 and tell me what your thoughts are on it. It's amazing. Apparently not. I'm not sure what all these. I want one. All right, sister, message me directly to remind me. I think this is pre-recorded. It's not pre-recorded. I just wasn't looking at my comments at the time. Step one, don't be a religious fanatic. I agree. Read King James Version. Is he really Amish? No, I'm not Amish at all. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's delete that comment or actually block that user. Put him in timeout. Yeah, we don't need those comments here. Bible is science book if you understand its parables. I agree with that. That's awesome. Oh, I guess I can show that comment. All right, I'm still here. Jesus is the light of the world. Sun, the only sun, gives daily bread. Photosynthesis, water to wine, activation and fermentation of yeast. Jesus says, oh, and this guy's talking creation. Love it. Seriously, check that out. We're writing a book right now about creation code. Love to collaborate with you, my friend, whoever that is. My sister, Vanessa, thanks for being here, sis. I love you. I moved from Facebook to YouTube. Laugh out loud. Oh, you did? Okay. That's my sister, if that's Vanessa. Lester, good morning, brother. Thanks for the support. Man, lots of great comments today. Um, Something to think about. I love you, sis. Glad to hear that. He's married in the USA, he loses everything. If a guy gets married in the USA, he loses everything. I'm funny. Funny opinions that come on here. Thank you all for the support. Seriously. And thank you for the comments. And it's so good. Seriously, I appreciate it. Now, go subscribe to our channel, please. It helps. And more people will view it and see it if you subscribe. By the way, the challenge that I'm doing, just to close it out, before I close out, if you if we were building to 1,000 subscribers, okay, we have never done a campaign like this, never built out our subscription base. We just give. Now I'm asking, and then by the way, what I'm going to do is when we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to shave off this mustache and have like an Amish style beard. So let's do it together. Can we? So like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. When I'm talking specifically about YouTube, we're developing our YouTube channel campaign right now. But TikTok is awesome. We love followers. Please follow us on TikTok. Hit the notification bell on TikTok or whatever they do there. I'm not familiar with that platform as much as I am YouTube. But yeah, we're close to, we might have hit 500. I haven't even looked today. Sorry. But we've been growing our YouTube channel and putting the challenge out there. Help me grow it to 1,000. 1,000 subscribers. When we have 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to shave off my mustache live. I've got my barber. I already talked to him about it. We're going to do it live so you can all see it as the mustache goes away. And I create this funny Amish beard. Have you ever seen it? Look it up. They have this style of beard that the Amish do. And I'll probably get some suspenders and a hat again. But I'm not at all from that culture or wasn't born and raised. And I don't know the language. I'm trying to learn it. We gates. Anyways, God bless you. But hey, help us. Let's go to 1,000, can we? I know we can do it fast. If everyone helped, what do they say? Many hands make light work. If everyone helps, I promise you we'll get there. God bless you. I'm headed out. We'll see you a little bit later, about 8 o'clock, as I come back on here with Chantel, my wife, to talk about this same topic and get some feedback from her and a woman's perspective. All right. See you soon. Thanks for joining me. God bless you. See you soon. Oh, it's almost 500. Yeah. You see that? All right, sis. Love you. Have a great day. Get some sleep. It's late there.